Hey folks, and for today I have two pieces of amber and both with inclusions. The first piece contains an ant and another one I have no idea, so let's check it out. This one is the one with the ant. Now when it's wet it will be a lot better visible, and yeah, can you see it? Quite easily identified ant, not the big one, but it's gonna be a nice one. And now let's check the second piece. There it is. Honestly, it could be just pseudo inclusion, but it bothers me a bit. Yeah, so let's remove the crust and check out what kind of inclusion it is. If it's cooler than an ant, we will cut this one instead, but if not, then we will work with the ant. So yeah, let's remove this oxidized crust of amber. And the thing we have done now is called a window. Some people call it window to the past, because when we look through this window, which is basically clear polished amber, we see the things that was 50 million years ago, basically. But in this case, we see a black blob. Basically, between the layers of amber, there is a little bit of dirt, and this is called pseudo-inclusion. Even though this is not inclusion what I expected it to be, this piece is not useless, because under this black blob I think there is some flies, like very tiny ones. We'll remove the rest of the surface, make the window a little bit bigger to show the flies, but today we'll be working basically on the ant. And there we go, the bigger window is done, and yeah, the fly is super tiny, but yeah, it is a fly. Can you see it? Maybe even two flies, or maybe, yeah, probably two. It looks big on camera, but it's like crazy tiny. So yeah, I won't be finishing this piece at least today. Today we will go and work on the ant. Cool, still cool. For the next time, maybe someday I will polish it up, I'm not sure. Boink! Here comes the ant. Yes, baby. She was waiting for me for quite a while. I think this ant will be great, but it's quite close to the surface. I won't be using Dremel to remove the surface. I will be using sandpaper to make basically same window as for the fly. This sandpaper is 1500, so the window will be making slowly but safely, at least safer. Okay. And there we go. Already I can see it very clearly. But if you want to get the perfect piece out of it, we have to risk it a little bit, because the corners are a bit rounded and the ant is very close. So I will use Dremel for the corners, probably a little bit. Just the very corner, I won't touch the ant itself. So I did risk it just a little bit for the better end result, so when I finish it, it will be basically perfect, perfectly visible, let's say that. And basically the most dangerous part is now done, and now we can remove the rest of the oxidized surface with a little bit more aggressive Dremel bit, and for that we will do a time lapse. There we go. It's already quite smooth. Basically this front side, all we need to do is just pre-polish it and we are done. That's nice. Now for the other side, and from this appendix, we will use a little bit more aggressive bit for the Dremel and remove it. Now let's say goodbye for this thing right here. While I was cutting the piece, the almost disaster happened, because look at this. A big flake did pop off from the piece. It's exactly where the ant is, but the ant still looks intact, barely. It's in different layer. You see there is a crack in this piece that goes across it, so it wasn't stable. So now I will have to somehow smoothen it out a bit and save the ant. Wow, my heart almost skipped the beat. This was really close for ruining the ant, but it's still alright. Holy moly, that was really scary. There we go, I finished dremeling, and yeah, it's a miracle that this ant survived. Basically, it's microns from the surface of that crack. I stabilized the crack as much as possible, but small hole will remain. I will not remove it because of the microns of ant from the surface. When I will try to pre-polish and make it shiny, I will still remove a micron or two of the surface, and hence the ant could be damaged. So yeah, I stabilized it as much as possible, and now we will go to pre-polishing, and this small hole will stay. It's not that bad. There we go, we are finished. Okay, we did polish it up properly, but problems don't walk one by one. We have two problems. First one, yeah, you know it. There is this crack in here. I will show you a little bit clearer picture in a moment. But the second problem is that I did touch the ant's abdomen slightly. So yeah, we did damage it after all from the front side, not from the back. That's a little bit disgusting, but yeah, it happened. One extra micron removed when pre-polishing with very high grit of sandpaper, and we did damage the abdomen a little bit. There we go. Can you see it? There is the little hole in the abdomen, barely visible with naked eye. Basically not visible, but when we take it a lot closer, then we can see it. And I will do some pictures with the microscope. Either way, the ant is fantastic, except for this little hole. And the piece is also very nice. This crack from behind, also not so bad, to be honest. I did stabilize it as much as possible. And there we go. This is the piece. From the microscope, injury on the ant looks a lot more disgusting. Poor fellow. Hole appeared when I was doing final pre-polish with 2000 grit. Crazy unfortunate, and that's what sometimes happen. Ant is still fabulous, preservation wise, very cool details. As for the species, it's called Stenobethylus gooperti, one of the more common ant species in Baltic amber. That's how it is. We did almost avoid one problem by removing as much crack as possible, but in the end we did damage the ant a little bit, but it's still a great specimen. And by the way, if someone is interested, it will be for sale on my Etsy page, and link will be in the description. And yeah, this is it for the video. I hope you did enjoy it. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye!